Hello and welcome back to Yorkshireland. I'm RickboBaggins and this is episode 27. Today we're working on more passenger lines. That's right. We have to get every city to Leeds. That's the aim. Before we start working on more cargo. Because what we are going to do is, once we've got every single city coming into Leeds, we've got quite a few. Being the last one, the Leeds, Doncaster, Barnsley and Keighley line that we made in the live stream we did last week. So we're going to do something very similar, and I think the last ones we had left, if we go over to the Shipley, which is right at the bottom of the map. So yeah, we'll be coming down here. Talking of which, this bit here, yeah, it's not busy at the moment. It looks fine, doesn't it? Yeah, but at some points it has a lot of congestion because as you can see, all the lines are coming on this one track. So yeah, we need to add another track, a third one, and have a bypass so that the passenger lines can not get stuck behind these cargo lines. But anyway, yeah, we're going to make his way all the way up here because we're going to utilise this track we already have. Oh, no, I don't think we're going to go that way. Oh, well, actually, we could do... Again, has this already got a bypass? It does. I've future-proofed that. So yeah, maybe come up this way or come here, hit Middlesbrough, up to Halifax, and then to Shipley. And as you can see, this is the end of Yorkshireland, the remake. So yeah, that's what we did last episode, from Keighley to Barnsley, all the way down here to Doncaster, and making use of the River Run. Which we've got quite a few trains already on, as you can see. So yeah, that's the plan of action today. Future episodes, we'll then start working a little bit more on the cargo again, because we've got some cargo coming in, but yeah, we need to start making machines and goods, because we've not even touched that. And then we're at 1914. Yeah, First World War's just finished, or started. Yeah, it's a memorable day. We are going to get more industries pop up. I'm going to turn that on. And we're also going to get some of these industries that are not really doing it, laying dormant, closed down, because that's what would happen in real life. And yeah, let's have a little deke of Leeds before we start action in track building and trains. Let's have a little first person through the built up areas we're leaving Leeds. Yeah, I've messed around on here off camera. As you can see, we've got rid of some of the roads. I don't know what's going on there. That's a AI built road. They also started building in these farms. Yeah, the farmer was not happy. So yeah, I had to get them demolished, and yeah, go spend a bit of time with the farmer with a bottle of single malt to ask for his forgiveness. So yeah, his farm's all been put back, and it's hedged, and yeah. Right. Anyway, let's get on with what we're doing in this episode. And we need to get yourself all the way over to Shipley. No, not Shipley. That's what we did last episode. Oh, it is Shipley. Or Keighley. We did last episode. So yeah, let's press 6 on his numpad. We've got let's turn this off. You don't need to be listening to you, Mr. Train. So what we're gonna do? Where we're gonna put his passenger line? Are we gonna have an end point, pass through? Because eventually we're gonna have a line going over to Keighley as well, but that's for later. What I want to make sure is that every city is connected via train before all these cars come out and start, blocking all those roads up. Because eventually everyone will be able to afford a car. So we need trains going on first, so that they prefer our transportation method. Right, let me have a little think about where we're going to put this, and we'll get straight into it. And I think we might have to get a bit of time lapse in the mix. Now we've got the magic of editing. Before we place the track down towards Halifax, let's decide where we're going to put our station. Because I'm in a few minds, different minds that is, where to put it. Because looking at the contour lines, we can come down here, which is fine, but do we want to come this side of the city? And then we can always branch off towards Doncaster, then come down towards straight to Leeds, and then obviously, but we're not doing that for now. We're going to obviously go through Middlesbrough. So we can come down this way, or would it be easier coming down, following this road, and then come down this way? Obviously, looking at where his residents are, the more towards this way. We could even put it this way, come down this way, come through Halifax to the station, and then come down this way. Or we could come this, put the track here. Let's just have a look. If we get his road out and do something like, let's rid of, do that, and then do B. For bulldozer, and then get our train station out. We'll do something different. We used one of these before, didn't we? What shall we use instead? Passengers. Shall we do another one of these? Have we used one of these? I don't think we have. We're going to go with this one because I might stick, because industries is here, I might stick the industry on the same track by just extending it. Right, let's right, so we can have it here, or we could have it there. And and then have a different one for cargo over here. What's this? Well, I didn't mean to put you down. Could get rid of these houses. And then we're bringing it round this way. Quite hilly around here, isn't it? It will split the cargo and passenger. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. So yeah, these houses must go. Sorry, guys. Just to future-proof it as well, we'll double the road up. That's costly. That we've got a lot of money, so it's fine. Well, let's delete that house. And then we'll put a station on here, which means we can use one of these, because we're going to split them up. I want to make sure it's nice and... Let's flatten this area first. Right, and then just start increasing the size. I should get the right level. I've got a bit OTT, but at least then this track's going to be nice and even when we... right, if we stick that there in the middle. Is that central? Oh, that actually hits an extra house. Yeah, we'll go there. I want it dead centre there. Don't worry, we'll make this look nice by just getting the same colour paint. Yeah, got a lot of paints. Just do a square. Make sure it's the same size that you want. But extra like that. It's not going to go over the road, so that's fine. In fact, can we make it a bit smaller? Like that. And if you hold shift, it actually does a better job by getting rid of this. But I think I might actually want that. That looks pretty decent, a little bit of texture. Yeah, we'll leave that for now. We might change that when we do a bit of decorating. I think that's going to be the decorating episode. Episode 30, we're going to go around all the train stations and we're going to decorate them, make sure they look nice and safe. Because it's 1914, health and safety is starting to kick in. And yeah, we're not going to pass if we just leave them as they are. Right, we need to get over to Middlesbrough. But first of all, let's get Shipley connected. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I know we've got warning signs, but we're paused, so we should be alright. Alright, back into the time lapse. Right, we have a connection. Yep, no, I thought that bridge were a bit off, but no, that's fine. We've even got the experimental tunnel and bridge height. Now, to get that, all you need to do is go into your settings.lui, I believe. Open that up in Notepad, scroll down and change it from false to true and save it. And then you'll be able to increase or decrease the size of your tunnels and the height of your bridges, which is very nice. Right, so yeah, we have a little turning circle from Shipley because this is going to obviously be the last stop. Eventually, as you can see here, we've got a little shoot out to go towards Keighley, but that's a different episode, is that? So yeah, we've gone to Halifax. Still need to put some junctions and some signals in here. But now we need to get ourselves over to Middlesbrough. So, and we also need to get bus systems put on as well, but obviously we'll get that completed shortly. Let's get this side sorted. Now, you can't do roads over crossovers, so at the moment, this is going to work while we've got two junctions. When we expand this, we're going to have to redesign it. So if we do something like that, apparently too much curvature. There we go. And like that. Right, so now we need to make sure we can put his roads in. So if we go like something like that. Oh, that would perfect that. Yeah, let's do that. We can't go there, as you can see. It doesn't let you go over crossovers. That will, and we get to keep the tree as well. You know what? I'm going to do that. And you know what? Shall we keep this road? No, not that one. Which one is it? It's not that. It's not that one. Not that one. I think it's that one. Yeah, it's that one. Although that's going on to the country road, isn't it? And them speeds are well slow, because that's like pedestrian. Yeah, speed limit of 9 miles per hour, so everyone's going to be well slow coming in to say. At least these are 30 miles an hour. Yeah, let's do that. And you know what? Just for now, because we are going to expand at some point, but I also want buildings to be over here as well. So if I do something like that, get building. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Right. We need to make his way over to Middlesbrough. If we follow the road, it should give us a cheaper route. But where we're going to put the train station, let's figure out that first. And then again, we're going to go onto this line here, so we're not having to build more track. Not that we don't have the money, but it's just a bit more efficient, isn't it? Once we get more traffic, we'll be doing dedicated lines and stuff, I'm sure. Right, come down here. Let's have a look. Press 6 on his numpad. So all residents are over here. We're going to put a bus station in anyway, so it's not too much of an issue. Yeah. I could do it something like here. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We are going to get rid of some roads. That might be a bit too... Be something like... We want a road like that. Yeah, let's do that. And that's not going to let us build, is it? Right, I think that's what we're going to go with. Get his buildings out. You know, I don't think we've just had the default station for a while. These are going to be big though, aren't they? Hmm. You know, let's just put it down. Although I did want to flatten stuff out, didn't I? Let's delete that. Delete this road. Flatten this out a bit. Let's make that a bit smaller. And it's this road. I'd rather it be a nice smooth ride on the train for the station and etc. Which means we can build it up a little bit further up here because we are going to have to bend up that way, aren't we? Yeah, if I do something like that. Yeah, that don't look too bad. Let's smooth it all out now. Just this bit. Town. Right, let's stop messing around trying to make things look pretty. We can do that afterwards. We need to get this in to there. I want it to come. Oh, this is going to be a pain actually. I've not built this in the most appropriate place, but that's going up as well. Let's make sure that's straight. A little cross. And this may tunnel a little bit. We need to come this way, don't we? So £65 mph. Make that a little smaller tunnel. And we make that go a little bit flatter. Yeah, like that. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. Get that one in. Although we're going to probably delete these end ones. That. Come out at the station. I don't think that looks too bad. Yeah, I don't like tunnels because on cab rides you don't want to be sat, just looking at bricks, do you? You want to look at the nice scenery. So a small little tunnel is not too bad. It mixes it up a little. Right, we need to make sure that this is on the right side, which is on the outer track. 75 miles an hour. Again, another tunnel. Not really. Lots of tunnels. Don't want that. Does mean we may have to flatten stuff though. Don't mind that tunnel there. So we'll flatten it from here. Next to this tree. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Right, I'm making a right mess of this. Let's fix that. let's just see where the best line is, and then what we'll do is we'll do it in little bits, because that's how we're going to do it. It does mean that it's not going to be one level, and it's in certain sections the train may struggle a little bit. In fact, what we'll do, we'll put this one down. 1 minute, is this the right section? No, it's not. It needs to be on out a bit. That one. Do yes there. I don't mind that little tunnel there, but it's this one that I don't like. How long this tunnel is? That'd be the most boring cab ride. Oops. I'm deleting trees. Right, so you're going down. You don't really want to go down. So, right. Outer one. So about there. So it is going uphill. It's a bit big hill, this, isn't it? About now. Another tunnel. Not a fan of that. This hill here, that's what the issue is. That's much better. Right. Now if we put the other track in. That is not snapped. Yeah, we don't like that. We've messed that up, haven't I? That should be same side. Right, let's fix this terrain. Right, that'll do for now. We are going to go back over this, probably off camera. Obviously we need to sort this bit out as well, but let's get the track down first. Right, that should be enough smoothing. It don't look too bad now. Right, so we have, just to ensure we've got a connection to Shipley, yep. Then makes its way down to Halifax. And then goes to Middlesbrough. Right, we obviously need to get buses in, but we still need to connect it up to Leeds. Now, do we go down this way, but we are then going to be using that track. We could come around this way. Although it is a big bend around in it to come that way. We may go down that route, but for now, we are just going to get it connected up here. You must go, mustn't you? Oh, that's one of my buildings. And it's the horse and cart depot, which we're not going to be using them anymore. We've got combustion engines, and they're not quite, well, they just don't have the equipment. So, we might as well get rid of those. And that's flat. That's what we like. Nice flat rail. What's this road like? Bit of a hill going up here, though. It's not too bad, though. It's not too bad. leave it for now. Leave it for now. Right. We really want to get in before we get onto that tunnel, don't we? Oh, we could go in via the tunnel. That could look... we go. I think you just double click on that. That's what I just did. And it seemed to have worked. It's on the outer one. It's what we want. Then what I also want is the exact same that way. Is it realistic? I'm not quite sure, but the game allows it, and that's what we've done. Let me know in the comments if we should change it. But that is doesn't look too bad. Let's come out of there. There we go. Do want to do a little bit of leveling here, just like that. Makes it look a little bit better, I think. Oh, make it look better. Do a bit of trees. We need to get rid of some of these because we just want the British trees. Do we want some blue spruce maybe? I don't want any pine. Some cheddar. These. Nice oak. The apples. We don't want no. We're not in Scotland. Have a few hazel. And we can have some bushes as well. I think that was pretty decent. Yeah, I like that. Do some more bushes around here, but for now, it's fine. It's fine. Just get a couple. Again, that looks rather nice. Right. And then we come onto here and then make his way over to Leeds. Right, let's we're just gonna have the one train for now. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ride it. We're gonna let it make some money, and then between huts, I can do all the boring stuff, like put the signals in, paint in between here, and then I can bring you back, and then we can decide if it's going to be profitable or not, and what adjustments we need to make. I think that's the plan. But we should put buses in first, shouldn't we? We should definitely do that, and we'll start here. So buildings, you know what? So we just do a nice one. Yeah, we'll just do one way around for now. What we do need. We need to bring this road into there. So let's bring streets. I don't know which one looks better. I think that looks better actually. And then maybe delete that bit and that bit. Something like that. And then we should hopefully get some houses on that side and a few on this side. Yep, that should look okay. Right, back to bus stops. I get distracted so easily. But I think, we need to do these things. Makes the city look a little bit better. Try and encourage people to build over here. Get one on that side, and then on that side. They're a bit close, aren't they? Oh, we've done it now. And we do need a new depot because we've just deleted the horse and cart depot. But again, as I mentioned, they can't keep up with combustion engines. They just don't have the equipment. Where's his residential? Let's just stick it here. For some reason, this doesn't always snap. There we go. Now it's snapped. By passengers. Oh, that has 31 capacity, whereas that has 8 and 16 miles per hour. 25 miles per hour, 31, and a diesel. That, yeah. Let's get one of those. A C40. Where are we? Let's just make a new line first. Middlesbrough, that's where we are. Bish, bash, bosh. Done. It's a bus. So a B. Makes it easier when we're replacing all its buses. And Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough City Bus. We'll make it a nice green like the rest of them. And that. If we double click on it, it brings that up. Then we can click on that, rename that. Done. We'll have more than one bus, so we'll... Not for now, it's fine for now. We've got 31 vehicles, and that's ready to go. Excellent, sorted. Next, we need to do Halifax. Alright, let's get a bus in Halifax. Let's stick that. Come on, snap to the road so you're straight. There we go. No, we need to buy the bus stops first, don't we? I'll do one there. One there. And there. And that'll do. Right. They're just city buses. They're going to go around. They're going to get people to station. We can later on make more efficient buses, but we just want to get them in and get people moving. That is the idea. Right, let's buy our bus. We're going to get the C40 again. I'm going to rename this to Halifax. Going to go on a new line, and this line is going to go that way, there, and there. Going to change it to the lovely green, and rename that to Halifax City Bus. Right, another bus stop done. Bus route done. Now, Shipley. So, same thing again. One there. There. Right, it's quite a big city. I forgot where we was. Right, we need a depot, don't we? That's what we need. I like to put it in the industry area because I feel like, it makes sense, doesn't it? When it snaps. Oh, it's because it's not a straight road. Okay, do this instead. Shipley. No, Shipley. Don't know what's going on there with my typing. Right. Get these stations added. We want to start at the train station, the Avenue, then Kingsway, over to Grange Road, the Green, and lastly South Street. That, my friends, is all the bus stops, or the bus routes set up in all three cities: Shipley, Halifax, and Middlesbrough. And then we're going to get over to Leeds, which obviously is our capital city, our starting city, the best city. And yeah, we don't need to do all here. Wow, the game is running incredibly slow. What's going on here? Right, let's things catch up. And you know what? We'll watch the train come out of the depot, and we'll make the first leg of the journey. We'll have a little cab ride. Don't worry, we'll be coming back, and it won't be the full cab ride. We'll leave that to the end of the episode. But we'll have a little demo while we buy our train. I'm going to stay about there, I think. That's a good place to watch it. Let's go there, actually. We'll buy his train, that's what we want to do. And we want to buy the newest train, 1914. What is the latest train that's come out? That would be the 1914 460 tender engine, just a generic British steam engine. Or we could go for the BR75. Not sure. The passenger train tank locomotive of the Grand Duchy of Baden State Railway, later used throughout southern Germany. It's a German train. Well, it's got to be efficient then, isn't it? And I don't think we've got any of these. And you know what? The black with the red and then an orange passenger wagon. That might look alright, you know. It does. It looks rather nice. 88. Do we expect this to be a busy route? A busy line? I've just realised we've not even done our line either. So, you know what? Is it going to do the speeds? Not enough power for high speeds. I'm quite... No, let's just go with 88. We can always add another one on at a later point. Right, let's get we're paused so we can come back here. I don't know why I set up that little view when we haven't even put our stations in our new route. So we're starting off at Leeds, as always, and we'll figure out what platform it's going to go on, which one's not in use. That's quite hard to tell, isn't it? Yeah, we'll come back to that. I think it should be on one that's not on one. That makes sense. Look at that. So just doing a loop around Leeds. I wonder if that just goes. Picks up Leeds and takes them on a little journey around Leeds and comes back. Well, it's not round Leeds, it's just a loop. But we could set up a little tourist train if that does work. Anyway, we're coming up here, which, again, we're going to come back and we're going to sort that other station out. But I need to take a little break and I want to watch the train as well. Yeah, we're coming up this way, aren't we? We're going to hit Middlesbrough. Now, I want you to be on this station because we drive on the left in England. The proper way. So, yeah, we go that way. All the way down here. And hit Halifax. Again, want to be on the other track. And now over the bridge, over the second bridge, the mini tunnel, over to Shipley. Right. Now the question we didn't do is we didn't put one-way traffic in here. But we want it to hit one of these. So which way do we want it to go? It's coming this way. No, we want to be on other side, don't we? So how about we go past that? We don't hit Shipley yet. Going to put a... So it's going to come this way and then come back round this way. And then that should have the least crossovers. Or would it be better coming... It's going to have to cross over one way anyway, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So if I make it hit that... Is this not a slip switch? No, it's not. Now it's a slip switch. Because that would cause delays when we've got multiple trains on. That is not what you want. Can you see as it's going on this path? Now it's already going to cross over this path when we get trains going that way. At the moment we don't have any trains going, coming back down from Keighley. So we should be alright at the moment. Future Rick is a problem. So double switch slips, we want to turn that on, and that way it doesn't interfere. So we could have as many trains on as we want and they'll never cross paths. That's what we want. Right, so now we're going to hit Shipley. Now it's picked the right route, the right section, or the right platform, should I say. And then we're going to hit Halifax on the way back, because then that means that this train will also allow people to get to Halifax and then back to Halifax. No, from Halifax to Shipley, from Shipley to Halifax. And then we're going to do the same on Middlesbrough on the way back. But Middlesbrough's not been smart enough to give us the right platform, so we need to alter that manually and put that onto platform 2. Coming on to here, again, we do have crossovers on trains coming down, so we're going to have freight trains coming this way. And if we've got a passenger train, we're going to have to wait here. So I'm going to put some junctions in there, some signals in there. But let's just make sure everything else is running okay on this way. Let's change that to dark green like we normally do for our passenger routes, intercity passenger routes. Yeah, coming down here. And again, we're going to sort some of these junctions out to make when we've got more trains on at the moment. They're doing okay. But yeah, we're in 1914, give it another 20 years, and we've got a lot more trains going on. And we're doing sort of this section out. So that is to come at the end of the episode. But for now, we want to get things up and running. So, yeah, we've got his line. I think we just need to rename it. And this is a rail. Do we do half a rail? I think we do. And it goes Lee, mid, Halley, and then ship. We did 3 that time, didn't we? Because otherwise we could put lead. No, that's fine. That's fine. We're going. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, let's watch what come out. Let's get rid of these. Get a nice little seat on the edge of the grass. I'll look at that for a viewing angle. We're going to be able to see it come out. You press Alt R, so that's the right side, Alt key, and G gets rid of the. Look at that old school train. Gets rid of the UI. I'm quite happy with this little depot. Oh, it sneaked out before the other one. So go on first person. So if you're this far into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe and all that jazz. It does really help the video out, and it pushes it to new people, new faces. So if you've enjoyed it, don't be selfish and hit that like button first. Have we got different angles? So we're on a default. We've got different angles. Oh, I do like the modded trains, but unfortunately they don't all work with these camera angles. It's a dinky little train, isn't it? We've just got the one passenger wagon. But it's a nice little train. What was it, the BR 75 or 74? Look at that. So episode 25, if you want to check out the little time-lapse video of me building that little custom train depot. It's all there's bus stops in there as well. We've got people moving, cars coming in and going. We'll probably go back to it and add a bit more detailing as well. But yeah, I don't know about you, but I can't just put tracks down and not just sit and watch the trains go. I think that's like part of the game, don't you think? Once you've put all that time and effort in, putting a track down, putting stations in, you need to appreciate it and just sit back and enjoy the trains. Especially when you've got some views like this. When you put all this time and effort in. These fields have been manually put in with edges and the paint tool. What have we got here? We've got a flock of, is it cotton? Or is it lavender? I think that might be lavender, you know. But yeah, heading to Middlesbrough. That might be lavender. No, what, are they poppies? I'm not sure, but yeah, I think that makes the map look come alive. That can be the train conductor. The train driver, sorry. Not the greatest view though, is it? That's worse. That's a better view. So this is the track that we need to redo. We need to put a bypass in because we're just coming up to Leeds Forest, I think. Here we are, and as you can see, we've got a cargo station, cargo train sat here. Now the question is, are we going to? I think this is the only train, or passenger train, that comes up this way. Sheffield comes down. Because it does a bit of a loop, you see. It goes one way and then another way. Now we're going to have to wait for this cargo train to set off. This is the reason why we need to put that bypass in. An extra track in anyway. How long are we going to be sat here for? That's the question. We've got a train sat waiting to come down, I think. Yeah, we do. So as soon as that gets on, this train should start coming down. Oh, we're moving. We're moving. Yeah, Leeds Woods on the right. All these camera angles. Bit of first person as we pass another train. Another cargo train. And whistle to other train driver. Hiya, mate. Oh, we've got another train. See what I mean? We've got congestion here. See how many trains we pass. Yeah, this is on normal speed. Could speed it up a little bit, but I don't know if it's too fast for the cab rides. Do you guys want to see it at times 2, times 4, or just normal like this? Just casually enjoying the views. And we've got these. We've got the auto signal in. So these signals are exactly 200 meters apart, which I think's the maximum of our trains, our cargo trains, that is. So they should, even though we're not getting max speed at the moment, because that cargo, that freight train takes a while to get to its top speed. So we're having to slow down because, well, we're a tiny little passenger train. We're quick and nippy. Maybe now we put it on a increase the speeds since we're on this view. Right, I'm going to leave you for a little bit while I take a cup of tea break. We're going to let this run for a little bit. As you see, we've not even picked up any passengers yet, so we need to see. Oh, that's terrible views. Look, the floating train driver. So yeah, we'll bring you back. We'll go over some profits. I'll get things painted, and we'll see if this actually has made us any money and how many passengers actually come on it. And we may even have an extra wagon. You never know. But look at that. We're right behind that other train. And we're getting to 35 miles an hour. See the other train? Oh, we are having to slow down. We're going to go right here? No, we are not. Anyway, I'll bring you back. And we've brought you back as we introduce a second train for the Leeds, Middlesbrough, Halifax, Shipley run. It's nearly been running a year, so eight. I was going to say quarters, but because we're running an eighth of the speed, yeah, we've got a speed mod, I think it's called, if you want to slow your game down a little bit more. So we, so every 8 of these is 1 year. So we've been making quite a bit of money, and that's we've also increased the passengers, or the wagons at the end, so that these will surely allow us to carry more passengers, because we were maxing out at 88, so we doubled it up to 176, and again we were still leaving some passengers at one of the stations. I can't remember which one it was, but one of the stations. And yeah, we are going to let this run for a little bit and see how we do, how we get on. So we're back. We've just gone past the wood loading area, which has a freight train waiting and getting loaded up as we come past the Sheffield train queuing. And this is the bit that I was on about. In fact, I was expecting to be multiple trains here queuing, but there's not. So either way, we're still going to get ourselves a little bypass put here, because as you can see, we've got another train on, and we've got a second train coming to join the queue. So we need to figure out a way to get an extra track on here. So let's get that done first of all. Just put this. Let's just do this all the way around here for now. Just as we join the bridge. And we'll do same on this side as well. Although I don't want it to... That would be better, but then trains slowing down for unnecessarily. What happens if we do that? In fact, let us do that. So which way? That's gonna go this way. So let's just build that. Let's pause it. Let us... want something like that, so we can get onto other track. I do something like that and then it's not slowing, well it is slowing down, but and this merges onto here, that will so this one needs to come onto here, that's fine. What we want is we want the passenger route to come onto this side, then allows this one to become this track, which means we need to... How does that look? Not too bad. Not great either. This is confusing, right? I need this one to... You know what? Let's delete all this. Right, we need to figure out that onto there. In fact, we're going to delete this bit as well. That's the actual line bit in it. So let's delete that. Bring that to there. And then we've got basically a little bit better to work with. Right, that's 75 miles per hour. Although it's not actually connecting. What? Right, that's 75. In fact, we didn't want that. Right, from here, this is going to be the route. Right, yeah. That way, the passenger route will stick at 75 miles per hour. Wrong button. 75, all the way down there. Excellent. All 75 miles per hour. That's what we want. Now here, what we're going to do is we are going to delete this side as well. Right. From here, we go onto that one. 75 miles per hour. Excellent. No loss of speed. Now the freight, I don't mind because it takes ages for, I guess it's going to be stopping here regardless. So it's going to take a while for that to get to the speed it needs to get to. Now I could go like this and do a crossover. Now, is that going to slow these down? Not sure. So what we're going to do, in fact, I think what we're going to do is do that and then bring it over here. Let's bring them lines up. Right, so that can't get to that at the moment. But if I do that, bring this off. Right, so we want to bring this to there. So we go straight onto it like that. Whoa, what's going on there? I want to see that. That's some weird shenanigans, isn't it? But we're not doing that. Yeah, that looks awful. Right, it can drop down to 60 miles an hour. That's fine, because it's going to drop onto 30 miles an hour onto this. 60. Yeah, 60 is fine. And then we'll do the same on this side as well. And that's 75. That's even better. From there to there. Okay, what's going on, game? Come on. We could do it a bit smaller. Not that small. There we go. We're maintaining that 60 miles an hour. All the way there. Alright, obviously we need to do a bit of painting. You get rid of the grass in between the new track that we've just put down, and of course getting rid of that, but I'm gonna put this bit of tracking first. I mean, do this bit of painting first. Unfortunately, it's no longer going to hug the road like it was doing before. But that looks nice, but it was really inefficient. It meant that the trains really slowed down to like 32 miles per hour at some points, I believe. Definitely down to 38, 40 miles an hour, which wasn't too much of an issue with the freight. But when we've got passenger lines, like the one that we've got at the moment does 62 miles per hour, I believe. Or is it 57? Either way, we don't want that to slow down. So now we've got it at 75. That makes it much more efficient. So what we'll do is we'll get our clear tool, or our erasure, increase the a little bit. Do we put a few bushes in here? Because that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? And I'll get a variety. There we go. That makes it look a little bit better. You know, well, does it? Don't know. What do you think? Yeah, we're not squashed up against that road anymore, unfortunately. But at least we've got a few bushes to you know, separate that all that grass, because there's a lot of grass. We don't want to see all that grass, do we? We do need to put his signals back in, because we did forget to do that. So then we'll want, let's not do auto signals. So we want one, I don't know about that. And obviously, let's get rid of that signal. Yeah, I don't really want passengers, the trains, to be waiting. I don't know, put that there for now. You're going to come onto this rail. I could put one there, but I want the freight to wait, so I'm not going to put one there. I'm going to put one there. I think that should do it. Yeah, let's just see how that goes. We should be good with that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up for the other train, and once we get to Shipley, we'll have a little cab ride on the way back. As promised, we're here, up in Shipley, where we started. We were going to go on our little turning circle, and we're going to head us way back down to Leeds. Now, it is quite a long distance. We've got, obviously, Halifax, Middlesbrough to go through before we get to Leeds. So we might not do the full cab ride, as this is quite a lengthy video already. If you guys do want to see a full cab ride, maybe we do a dedicated video for that. Who knows? Well, let me know in the comments. I get one person in the comments ask for it, I'll do it. You know what? Because, you know, I enjoy watching the old cab rides. And I'll even try and get the different angles in as well if I can. But as always, enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks for watching, and happy gaming. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and all that lovely stuff.